everyone, it's me, the Cool Boys Comics, and welcome back to another video. When it's this time of year again, it's the spooky season. Last year I didn't make a Halloween special, but I thought, I have 100 subscribers. Thank you all so much for that. Let's make one. So let's go. The Haunted Cemetery, in my opinion, probably one of your best sources if you're like trying to max quickly. Like, even if you don't have time to do the entire thing, like, it's still totally fine just to do one quick boss. So we're going to be getting right into that. This is what the layout's going to be. You're going to start off in the first room. And then after you beat the first, like, area, you run down this long, narrow pathway through the woods to the second area. And after that, you go into a graveyard. And after that, you go into, like, another graveyard. And after that, you go into the last room. So let's go on. So we're gonna be first talk about the spawn, aka the Troll Matriarch room. So when you spawn in, move towards the center of the room. There's gonna be, oh my god, who is that? Well, you don't need to be worried. It's the ghost of Skuld. And when you walk up to her, unfortunately to her, even though it will be a really cool boy, she will tell you to stay ready. And after you say ready, we're gonna get right into it. So how it works is that you're gonna first get 4 graves, like from each center, from like each middle area of the room, like north, south, east, and west. And you're going in the first wave, you're gonna get reanimated remains. In the second wave, you're gonna get reanimated remains and forest trolls. In the third wave, you're gonna get troll, pathfinder, forest trolls, reanimated remains. And in the fourth phase, you're going to do that again, but a bit harder. In the last one, you're going to be the Troll Matriarch. So let's get into the enemies. Reanimated remains, it kind of looks like that warrior skin. A pretty easy 750 HP and 20 defense. And they only do 70 damage, so nothing to be scared of. The forest troll can be a bit scary if he sits on you, but other than that, you'll be fine. He has a base HP of 1,875, but he gets 375 HP every player there, so, and 35 defense. Yeah, it's 35 damage and 65 damage bullets. The Troll Pathfinder is probably going to be the most threatening one. This torch looks pretty cool though. Base HP of 1,315 HP, 263 HP per player, and 20 defense. He has torches that do 55 damage and 85 damage bombs. So that's something to be aware of. So after you kill those guys about 4 times, you're going to get the Troll Matriarch. And if you didn't know, Matriarch is like the female head of like a clan or a tribe or something. So, yeah. It's whatever. She's got base HP of 6,750, which means, it's not that much more than other ones. But, like, what she does is that when she gets, like, half health, she becomes immortal, and she spawns a bunch of minions in, and she keeps on spawning reanimated remains, I think, like, every 5 or 10 seconds. And she does that, and after you kill all the minions, she'll come back to life, or she'll become vulnerable again. And then you finish her off. And she has 15 defense, by the way. And she's got 2 bullets. Purple one is at 75 and hallucinates you for 5 seconds, which it feels like an eternity. And 80 damage green bullet that weakens you for 2 seconds. I'd much rather go with the hallucination, because what's that's gonna do? You can get popped by the mushrooms, because she does spawn mushrooms that can easily pop you. Other than that, she's not that threatening. Okay, let's talk about the loot she drops. She drops tier 6 weapons and armor. She drops tier 7, tier 8, tier 9 weapons, tier 3 and tier 4 abilities, tier 7, 8, and 9 armors, tier 3 and 4 rings, which you can get this up pretty good. If you're lucky, you can get a tier 5 ability, which is nice. Amulet of Dispersion, which is like good for if you're like starting out UP or something. It's good fee power. I think that's what most people play for. Alliance Little Incantation, which is like great for fee power and great for trading. She can drop Speed or Wisdom, sometimes both. And the Spectral Ring of Horrors, which is pretty decent. And I forgot to mention, there's a rogue set. The rogue set's pretty good. Like, the dagger is really good. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about the next one, which is gonna have the apparition, haunting specters, the possessed child. Who's that? Samara Morgan and Ghost Bride. First off is the one who always scared my level 6 knight, the apparition. Base HP 1,875 and 375 per player, 10 defense and 100 HP. I'm an XP. And he has 2 damage, and he has 2 attacks. One is just like then 95 damage. One is just where he shoots like large bullets, and the other one is like when he makes a full like clock, like a full circle around the room. Pretty scary. This one is such a pain in the ass. Assassin, the haunting specter. Now he is pretty bad, but on his own. But like he does turn invisible, and that just makes him go like a lot slower. 1,500 HP and 5 defense, and his bullets only do 60 damage, so it's nothing more crazy than the other one. Samara Morgan, aka that one kid in school who just ruins your day. 1875 HP, and that just looks like the year she comes from. She looks like a girl from the 1800s. 20 defense and 150 XP. But what ruins your day is her 75 damage bullet. But like what she does is that she like pops you, like she puts in like a Staff of the Extreme Prejudice formation, and she sits on you, and she Will Smith slaps you in the face. Now we're gonna be talking about that might be one of my most famous bosses, or favorite bosses in the dungeon. 11,000 base HP, which means she practically doubles the Troll Matriarch. 30 defense, 6,000 XP. She's got 70 damage and 90 damage boomeranging axes. And I kind of like that because it's kind of like the story where she like uses an axe. And then 95 damage like bullet. And so what she does is when she spawns, like she doesn't just spawn, also 2 possessed children spawn. So you have to get rid of them first. That sounds wrong. And then after you kill them, you go, you face the Ghost Bride, but then after you do a bit of damage, this is what happens. She becomes some kind of angel statue called Fate. Fate chases you around with 90 damage, a bullet, and has 7,500 base HP. Then the Ghost Bride will like come back, and after you do a bit more damage to her, then you're gonna get Glory, and of course the demon. Glory only has 1,500 base HP and 20 defense, even though Fate has 7,500. But don't let that guard drop. He's got like a bunch more attacks, do more damage. He's faster and way more aggressive, so he's a lot more deadly. Then after that, the Ghost Guard will turn back into what you're gonna get. Okay, I don't want to waste time, so I'm just gonna do the noteworthy items. You're gonna get tier 4 rings, tier 10 weapons and armor, tier 5 abilities. You also get the amulet and a wine cellar incantation. You get a potion of speed and vitality, so you don't have to go through entire abyss just for one. You can get vitality just from the Ghost Bride. You can get the Mantle of Skald, which is a pretty decent armor, and the Resurrected Warrior's armor, which is like probably one of the most unique armors out there. It's really cool. I really recommend it. Then you get the 3rd room, and that's the newest. So, haha, take that, tower. Great spider. 1,315 base HP, 263 extra per player, 5 defense. But don't let a cute little Spider-Man costume gonna fool you. That little demon does 95 damage in a shotgun, which means it can pop a few characters, especially in a group. The Risen Mummy, and I honestly thought that was a ghost. And I can just give you the whole like character in a nutshell. Do you know what it is? If 2 of these guys attack you at once, you are dead. They don't only have 4,000 base HP, and they get 825 per player, 20 defense. But they have the attacks that do 55, 70, 85, 100, 115, 130, 145, and 160 damage bullets, and they all slow for 2 seconds. And if 2 or 3 of these guys like attack you at once and jump you are dead. There's nothing to do about it. It doesn't matter if you're a level 1 wizard or a like 8/8 knight, you are dead. Vengeful Vampire. 2,000 base HP and 20 defense. And he only has like 1 bad attack that does 50 damage. You thought, no, who cares? But no, it confuses you. So that's just the big kick in the butt. Okay, the Pumpkin King is my least favorite, but he's definitely the coolest one. So how he works is that when he spawns in, you can't kill him immediately. Well, you can't kill anything immediately. But you have to kill 4 pumpkins first, and the pumpkins daze you. So after you kill them, then you can go on to killing him. It's got 9,000 base HP and 15 defense. And it's got 2 bullets. One that he just uses to chase people with that do 115 and 110 damage. And like he has a big circle of 60 damage quieting bullets that boomerang. And that's just so annoying. Like it makes things hard. Yeah, that's the Pumpkin King for you. This man drops the cloak for the set. I never like really heard of the cloak before. But I'm assuming it's good. And just the plague poison. Which is like a really big poison that just spreads out everywhere. So you can get tier 4 rings, tier 10 and 11 weapons, tier 5 abilities, tier 10 and 11 armors, and 1 till inks. Get speed and dex, pretty nice. Ghastly Drape, and the plague poison, which I really like. Okay, I think of these guys as the Power Rangers of Realm of the Mad God. Risen Archer, Risen Warrior, Risen Brawler, and the Risen Mage, and the Grave Caretaker. Starting off from the far lands of England, it's the Risen Archer. Some sources say that his curse is so powerful that he has 2,250 HP. And he's got a bow that he got from the Nerf store that does 275 and 100 HP and slow and paralyzes you. Risen Warrior comes from Scotland from the 1500s. Some people say he's the even sneakier Jack the Ripper with 3,000 HP and 35 defense. Ooh, that's a slice with 140 damage. Risen Brawler just comes from the 21st century, Florida. Because this man's from the WWE. This man, legend says that he's eaten over 10,000 raw eggs in a month, which gave him 3,000 HP. And one of those power slams is so powerful that do 110 damage. And the Risen Mage comes from Hiroshima, Japan, from the 1920s, because he's dead. It's got 1,875 HP, because all that radioactive energy went into him, and 5 defense. And that radioactive energy also gave him magic, because he can have a poisonous blast that do 75 damage. Now we got the mastermind behind all of this, the Grave Caretaker. The Grave Caretaker is known from becoming from Beijing, China. And for that, he's powerful. He's got 22,500 HP, 15 defense. He's got 55 damage petrifying shots, 85 damage blinding, and 60 damage armor breaking stars. Damn. And he uses the Forgotten Soul, which just pops you. And this man isn't done. He can drop a speed and an attack. And he can drop the Everite dagger. And a lot of people can agree it might be one of the best daggers in the entire game. And he can also drop the Soul's Guidance, which is like really good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed those, guys, because now you got the final battle. You have arrived at the final round. Your prize awaits at the end of this battle as promised. Your classic run-of-the-mill ghost. 1125 base HP and 8 defense. And he just has a 40 damage bullet. The Zombie Hulk. 3750 HP and 25 defense. At first, he just stands around me really slowly with 70 damage slowing shots, but then he chases you with 45 damage armor breaking shots. The Werewolf. 2250 HP and 15 defense. And he has a bullet to do 70 damage, but he's not the one who does all the damage, no. It's his or hers babies, the werewolf cubs. The werewolf 100 HP damage and 900 HP each and 3 defense. And they all do a bunch of 50 damage bullets in like large numbers, so that sucks. Okay, well, you defeated all the enemies. It's been a long war, but you're finally for your prize. And you and your prize is a swift death from the Ghost of Skuld. Skull's strategy is that at first, like, she just releases like a whole circle of paralyzed shots, and then she has these 2 freaking chunky shots that boomerang that do 250 damage and paralyze you. And she just stands there while she shoots all her shots. But then after a while, she just starts teleporting around, shooting more paralyzed shots. After that, she goes back to the center, does more, then turns into a big freaking flying ghost, and then she's dead. She's got around 40,000 base HP, 35 defense. She has 95 damage bullets, 25 damage paralyzing bullets, 250 damage paralyzing for 1 second bullets, 80 damage paralyzing bullets, 140 damage paralyzing like crescent things, 140 damage paralyzing confusing bullets, 250 damage paralyzing bullets, and 25 damage paralyzing bullets. By the way, while you're fighting her, there's also the flying flame skull. Well, that was a tongue twister. And it tries to pop you. And there's a blue zombie that comes out of the graves every time you come near it, and they're annoying. So yeah. Oh, and guess what? 5 seconds later, congratulations, you hit a girl and killed her. Let's see what you got. You can get tier 10 and 11 weapons, tier 5 abilities, tier 10 and 11 armors, tier 5 rings, which is pretty damn awesome. Tier amulets and line settings like usual. You get speed and defense, which is way better than doing the sewers. You get the werewolf cub pet skin, nice. You get the whole set, which I think is a pretty good set. And you get the play poison, the resurrected warrior's armor, and the soul's guidance. Well, you did it. You did the haunted cemetery. I'd say it's a great beginner dungeon and great thing to try out if you haven't. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment what you want to see next. My name's the Cool Boys Comics, and if you're a nerd, get out of here. Bye. I hope you enjoyed the cemetery, by the way.